What's up, graphic designers? This Sunday is Mother's Day, and we're going to continue creating designs to celebrate those cherished individuals in our lives. And we're going to be making buttons where we're going to be creating a circular selection and then changing the selection to a work path to create this effect where we've got Happy Mother's Day wrapping around the image. So how exactly are we going to produce something that looks a little bit like this? Well, we're going to create our selection. We're going to press Command C. We're going to go to the button template, and we're going to make sure that we paste it in, and there we go. I'm going to press Command T. We're going to reduce the size, and ultimately we're going to have something that looks a little bit like this. Okay, this looks great. Next, what we can do is we can grab a background, which maybe you saw a moment ago. I like these pastel backgrounds. We're going to right click. I'm going to copy image, Photoshop, Command V, drag it to the bottom layer, and then I'm just going to increase the size just a tad, and maybe I'll rotate. I think that looks kind of cool. All right, so how do we create this ellipse or this circle? What we're gonna do is use the elliptical marquee tool. I'm gonna go to the top layer. I'm gonna create a new one, and then check this out, guys. If you left click and drag, you'll notice that you can create the ellipse, but if we hold shift, it's gonna create a perfect circle. And now I'm holding spacebar and shift to move the selection around. I'm gonna release the space bar until we got something that looks a little something like that. That looks great. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to convert this to a work path, and while the elliptical marquee selection method is still selected, we're going to right click, we're going to make work path, 10 pixels, why not? This looks tremendous. We're going to use the type tool. I'm going to use the Mont font, and then we're going to bring the cursor close to this blue line, and we're going to write Happy Mother's Day, or whatever you'd like to write. And you'll notice, you guys, that this is on the exterior of this work path that we just created, but we want it on the interior. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down one tool. Right beneath the type tool is this direct selection tool. So I'm going to select that, and I'm going to click and I'm going to drag to the inside, and what do you know? There you go. That looks much better. And now actually if I check the move tool and press Command T, we can actually rotate Mother's Day all the way around 360 degrees, or maybe in this case like 27. That looks awesome. I'm gonna press check to confirm. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Droz, it needs a little drop shadow. I would also agree. We know that we can shift the drop shadow around by just dragging on the canvas itself. I'm gonna drop the opacity just a tad. There we go. And maybe the size as well. Okay, that looks amazing. One other thing on the image itself, I'm going to press Command M, and what we're going to do is we're going to lighten the lights just a tad. You can experiment with curves, again, by pressing Command M. And then what I would do, you guys, I would consider writing maybe I love you. You definitely want to include the year. So what I'm just going to drag this in. You have to put 2023. Your mom's going to save this for a really long time. Last step, when I take a look at the layers palette, last step, hide this layer. It's the face line. It's like the on the image itself. We don't want this when we print this up. You're going to save it as a JPEG, submit. Let me know if you guys have any questions. You guys, this is going to be amazing. Your mom or maternal figures in your life will really, really appreciate that. Can't wait to see what you guys produce. Good luck.